Man, I love going through my old journals. It reminds me so much of a time long ago and the things that I did. I want to share this one with you. It's about a lobster. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, Randy here with The Living Adventure. Hey, thanks a lot for joining me. And yeah, I've been going through during this heat wave that we've been having all my old journals, 89 of these little things that I kept, my notes and my research and everything in. And every once in a while, as I'm going through it, I hit a story that it's just like, I remember the time when I first heard it, and it was just like, wow, that is impressive and it's impactful. And the one that I want to share with you now is about the lobster story. And the lobster story is quite popular nowadays. I've heard it many times said. And I think it has relevance to us as HSPs. And so the lobster story goes like this, is that, lobsters have a hard shell on the outside. And that shell is to protect them from predators, from the environment, because inside that shell is where the lobster actually lives. It's soft and it's vulnerable. So it needs that external shell in order for it to survive. But what happens with this lobster is as it grows internally of that shell, and it becomes extremely uncomfortable. That shell is too small for the lobster to actually grow any further. So what happens is that lobster crawls into a safe place, finds an area where it can be protected, and then it jettisons that old shell and it starts to grow a new one. But this time it's a little bit bigger, and it's also got a little bit more room for it to grow. And then once that shell is hardened enough where it can come back out into the environment, it survives and it carries on. So how does that relate to us as HSPs? Well, we're very similar in the fact that we live internally. The soft, vulnerable part of us is inside, right? That kind, caring individual that the world just doesn't accept. They want it, but they won't accept it. So we have to put on this tough, rugged exterior, especially a lot of us guys, right? We have to put on this persona of, I call them costumes, of people who we aren't in order to survive in the world. But these costumes, this tough exterior, is often uncomfortable. What happens is as we go through life, we learn things, or at least we should try to learn things. And if we start to educate ourselves, we start to grow ourselves, then that exterior that we've put on should come uncomfortable. And if you're in an uncomfortable situation, that's a sign of growth. That's a sign that tells you that maybe this shell, this barrier that you've adopted, doesn't fit you anymore, and you need to let it go. You can grow another one, but extend your knowledge, extend your understanding, extend your acceptance, right? So the reality for us is that in order for us to grow as highly sensitive people, we have to educate ourselves, we have to experience life, and we have to connect the two with an understanding of how they're related. But we also have to jettison these hard exteriors that we carried with us for a very long time, because frankly, they're uncomfortable. And that's no way to live life. Anyway, guys, I hope this one helps. Cheers.